Union Test Preps, Social Studies Practice Test, for the GED exam. There will be a brief pause after answer choices are given. This is a great time to pause the video to solve. Question 1. What is the primary purpose of the U.S. Constitution? A. To provide a framework for the federal government. B. To outline the laws of each state. C. To establish trade agreements with other countries. D. To list the colonies that declared independence. The correct answer is A. To provide a framework for the federal government. The Constitution establishes the structure, functions, and limits of the U.S. federal government. It is the supreme law of the land and outlines the separation of powers between the branches of government. Question 2. Which economic system is based on supply and demand with limited government involvement? A. Socialism. B. Command economy. C. Mixed economy. D. Free market economy. The correct answer is D. Free market economy. A free market economy relies on supply and demand to determine prices and production, with minimal government regulation. Question 3. What is one power that the legislative branch holds? A. Enforcing federal laws. B. Making federal laws. C. Interpreting the Constitution. D. Declaring laws unconstitutional. The correct answer is B. Making federal laws. The legislative branch, composed of the House of Representatives and the Senate, is responsible for drafting and passing laws. Question 4. Which event marked the beginning of the American Revolutionary War? A. The battles of Lexington and Concord. B. The Boston Tea Party. C. The signing of the Declaration of Independence. D. The Constitutional Convention. The correct answer is A. The battles of Lexington and Concord. These battles, fought in April 1775, were the first military engagements between colonial militias and British troops. Question 5. Why was the Bill of Rights added to the Constitution? A. To limit the power of the President. B. To address the issue of slavery. C. To protect individual liberties and rights. D. To define the powers of Congress. The correct answer is C. To protect individual liberties and rights. The Bill of Rights, the first 10 amendments to the Constitution, guarantees essential freedoms such as speech, religion, and due process. Question 6. Which of the following is an example of checks and balances in the U.S. government? A. Congress regulates interstate commerce. B. The President appoints federal judges. C. The Supreme Court rules a law unconstitutional. D. State governments issue driver's licenses. The correct answer is C. The Supreme Court rules a law unconstitutional. This is an example of the judicial branch checking the legislative branch to ensure laws comply with the Constitution. Question 7. Which document officially ended the American Civil War? A. The Emancipation Proclamation. B. The surrender at Appomattox Courthouse. C. The Treaty of Paris. D. The Gettysburg Address. The correct answer is B. The surrender at Appomattox Courthouse. This event, in April 1865, marked the formal end of the Civil War, when Confederate General Robert E. Lee surrendered to Union General Ulysses S. Grant. Question 8. How does inflation affect the value of money? A. It increases the purchasing power of money. B. It causes prices to decrease. C. It makes money more valuable in foreign markets. D. It reduces the purchasing power of money. The correct answer is D. It reduces the purchasing power of money. Inflation means prices for goods and services rise, so each unit of currency buys fewer items than before. Question 9. Which right is protected by the First Amendment? A. The right to a fair trial. B. The right to bear arms. C. The right to vote. D. The right to freedom of speech. The correct answer is D. The right to freedom of speech. The First Amendment protects freedoms including speech, religion, press, assembly, and petition. Question 10. Which of the following best describes federalism? A. One central government controls all aspects of society. B. Power is shared between national and state governments. C. Laws are made by popular vote. D. Government is led by a monarch. The correct answer is B. Power is shared between national and state governments. Federalism is a system in which governing authority is divided between different levels of government. Looking for additional study help? For free practice tests, study guides, and flashcards for the GED, check out uniontestprep.com/GED test.